Hello, I'm Tam of the TamBoTC channel. It is hard to get, I will say this immediately, I'm going to be doing a read-along of the Batman part of Detective Comics issue number 27, May of 1939. And it's hard for me to build up my Kevin Conroy sounding voice, like when I did the dedication video. I think I had a lot easier time, but other times, like, I do struggle to find that inner voice I'm looking for that I want to do for some of these read-alongs, especially when I'm coming up to Batman ones. I was also thinking, let's turn down this music a bit. I use games for the background. Music's a little, like, I turned it down already and it still kind of sounds like it's loud. Let me know if it is. Guess I'll leave the dialogue in the middle. Alright, but I like it for atmosphere and such and background noise. So let me know if it is just doing well for you, volume-wise. What the hell? Hold on, I got something's on my mic here. There's like some fuzz. There we go. And let's see, is he in the beginning? Yes, he's in the beginning, of course. All right. And god damn it, there's like in the corner of my eye. See something on my mic. Oh frick. Maybe I should turn off the. I'm glad he started talking, so I know to. I'm gonna have to mute that audio now. Whoops. I didn't mean to turn down the. Stop! What the hell? It went past it. What the frick? Here, I'll turn it down here. What's it sound like? I'll just leave it at that, I guess. Alright, hopefully you enjoy, and if you do, remember to like, share, and subscribe at the end. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Let me know how the voices came out and such. I don't know quite what voices do with some of the other characters. I'm going to try and kind of figure that out like I usually do as we go. And let me know how I did. Because I don't know how I'm going to do. So, the Batman. I love that it's got the dash in between, like it's, at least it's not the underscore dash like Watch Dogs has. It says by Bob Kane, though we know Bill Finger is a big part of, like, Batman stuff. The case of the Chemical Syndicate. The Batman, a mysterious and adventurous figure fighting for righteousness and apprehending the wrongdoer. In his lone battle against the evil forces of society, his identity remains unknown. The home of Commissioner Gordon, who at that moment is entertaining his young socialite friend, Bruce Wayne. Well, Commissioner, anything exciting happening these days? No, except this fellow they call the Batman puzzles me. Hello. What's that, Lambert? The Chemical King, stabbed to death? His son's fingerprints on the knife? I'll be right there, right over. Talk about something exciting. Old Lambert has been murdered at his mansion. I'm going there now. Like to come along? Oh well, nothing else to do. Might as well. The Commissioner and Bruce Wayne speed toward the Lambert residence. Hello, Sergeant. Everything under control? Yes, sir. We've got young Lambert in the back room. And after a thorough examination of the scene of the crime, the room becomes busy with the usual police routine. Well, I'm finished in here. Well, let me talk to you, young Lambert. Hello, Lambert. They say you killed your father. I didn't do it. Commissioner, please believe me. I didn't do it. Calm yourself, my boy, and tell me all about it. Well, sir, tonight I came home early, and as I was passing the library, I heard a groan. I rushed and there was my father lying on the floor with a knife sticking out up from his back. And as I rushed in, I got the impression of something leaping out of the window. I also noticed that father's safe was open. I pulled the knife out of father's chest and body and turned him toward me just in time to hear him say, Contract. Contract. And then he died. That's how I got my fingerprints on the knife. That's the truth, Commissioner. Did your dad have any enemies or people who had an interest in his business activities? Not that I know of, except his 3 former business partners. Let's see. They were Stephen Crane, Paul Rogers, and Alfred Stryker. Commissioner, there's a man named Steve Crane who wants to speak to old Lambert. When I told him that Lambert was murdered, he got very excited and wanted to speak to you. This is Commissioner Gordon. What's the trouble? Yesterday, Mr. Lambert called and told me he received an anonymous threat on his life. Told I received the same. That's why I called up, and I'm afraid I'll be next. What shall I do? Wait, and do not leave anybody in. We'll be over as soon as we can. What's that, Bruce? Oh, I'll leave you here to finish your work. I'm going home. Meanwhile, Stephen Crane sits in his library with a feeling of impending danger when suddenly there is a sickening shot. Crane slumps in his chair, dead. The murderer rushes to the safe and secures a paper. Did you get the paper? Yeah. As the 2 men leered over their conquest, they do not notice a 3rd menacing figure standing behind them. It is the Batman. The Batman! The Batman lashes out with a terrific right. He grabs his second adversary in a deadly headlock and, with a mighty heave, sends the burly criminal flying through space. The Batman swiftly picks up the paper that the murderer stole from Stephen Crane's safe. Meanwhile, the Commissioner draws up in his car. It's the Batman! Get him! Mr. Crane has been murdered, sir. It's horrible. That's two dead partners out of the 4 that we have received. Threatening notes. The other 2 must have received them too. Let's go to Rogers next. The Batman reads the paper he snatched from the killers, and a grim smile comes to his lips. He speeds his car forward to an unknown destination. Meanwhile, Rogers, who has learned of Lambert's death by news broadcast, has already gone to the neighboring laboratory of his erstwhile partner, Alfred Stryker. Hello, Jennings. I must see Mr. Stryker quickly. Won't you come in? Jennings, Stryker's assistant, carries Rogers to the basement of the laboratory. One more out of the way. Soon I'll control everything. This is the gas chamber. I used to kill guinea pigs to experiment with, but now you are my guinea pig. When this glass lid covers you entirely, gas will come through with a jet and kill you. You fiend! Jennings pulls a brake which starts the glass down over Rogers in certain doom. I'm going down now to turn the gas on. Sleep well. At that moment, the Batman leaps through an open transom. The Batman seizes a wrench from a table and leaps for the gas chamber. The Batman quickly plugs the gas jet with the handkerchief as the gas chamber descends entirely over them. He then unties Rogers, and with a powerful swing, and Jennings returns, and he is startled by the Batman. He reaches for his gun. What the? The Batman greets Jennings with a flying tackle. Meanwhile, Alfred Stryker has heard the crash of the gas chamber as he enters the laboratory. Rogers, what happened? Your assistant Jennings tried to kill me. However, Stryker has not noticed the Batman, who has secluded himself in the shadows. He doesn't look very secluded there. So, he didn't get to you after all. Well, I'll finish you and then throw your body in that acid tank below. You! Oh, my hand! What's the idea? Why did he try to kill me? This rat was behind the murders. You see, I learned that you, Lambert, Crane, and Stryker were once partners in the Apex Chemical Corporation. Stryker, who wished to be sole owner, but having no ready cash, made secret contracts with you to pay a certain sum of money each year until he owned the business. He figured by killing you and stealing the contracts, he wouldn't have to pay this money. A very clever scheme. And being the contracts were a strict secret between the four of us, our heirs or the outside world wouldn't know a thing about them. But how did you know all this? I secured the contract from one of his hired killers. Suddenly, Stryker, with the strength of a madman, tears himself free from the grasp of Batman. Sure, I did it, but you won't send me to the chair for it. He's falling right into the acid tank. A fitting ending for his kind. How can you ever thank you? Oh, why, he's gone. The next day, young Bruce Wayne is again a visitor at the commissioner's house, who has just finished telling Bruce the latest exploits of the Batman. And then Rogers said the Batman went through the skylight. A very lovely fairy tale, Commissioner, indeed. After Bruce Wayne has gone, Bruce Wayne is a nice young chap, but he certainly must lead a boring life. Seems disinterested in everything. Bruce Wayne returns home to his room. A little later, his door slowly opens and reveals its occupant. If the commissioner could see his young friend now, he'd be amazed to learn that he is the Batman. Watch for a new thrilling Batman story next month. Finish. Bob Kane and Bill Finger. That was a nice short one. So that was the first appearance of Batman. A lot of the other comics are... So back in the day, they did... Detective Issues wasn't just dedicated to Batman until like later on, where Batman mostly took over. And but they had a bunch of other comic books they would show throughout these comics to see if, of course, people were excited for them, or maybe at the time they were the reason people would pick up the comics because they were excited to read the next story in these ones back in the day. And these were probably the big popular, like, for example, Buck Marshall, which is one of the ones coming up. But I don't think that's the next one. What is the next one? It is Tenderfoot. So Tenderfoot would be next, and there's Speed Saunders. So it's got a bunch of stuff in here. A bunch of different comics. But I mostly got this for the Batman, but that doesn't mean I don't go to reading the others, too. Yeah, that's always cool to see. But yeah, I'm glad I have this comic. I always love getting something that's original. I was looking at another comic, actually, which is based on the Fortnite Batman stuff, which is Batman Foundation, and I think they only made one issue of this, and I was thinking of also reading that if you guys wanted. So, I can probably do that sometime. It's got the Batman Who Laughs, but for right now, I think that's it. I think I got everything. Let me know how I did. I can always adjust my voice again. I think I did pretty good when I was doing my dedication video, which was probably a couple of months or so back when I played Arkham Asylum. And yeah, I will see you next time on the next video. Goodbye and have a awesome day or night wherever you live and whatever time of day it is. See ya!